Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you did enjoy your holidays. This is Kotora. Uh, I'm just making this recording so that we can actually finalize our course to one IT 216 e-business. Just forgive me, my voice is a little bit hoarse. Yeah, like I throw when it fly a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through your assignments, then we go straight to the last part of the course outline. And if you have any questions, we can arrange one hour or 2 hours online class, or even less than that. So, right, I'll start with the assignment number one. I might not be bringing answers, but I might highlight the key issues or how you're supposed to answer such questions. I'll start with the assignment number one. The first part I was looking at the reasons why business may wish to adopt e-business. That was a very easy question. Particularly, we're looking why for a business ended to say we want to adopt e-business. So those are the reasons. I'm sure all that stuff you do have them in your notes. So that was an easy question. Then we have also question number B, which wants you to explain the three electronic payment methods used in e-business, and which was having three. That was an easy question, just explaining the three. We have a lot of them. We can talk of electronic fund transfer, we can talk of Visa cards, we can talk of electronic checks, we can talk of. I'm sure if you look in one of the PowerPoints I did send you, or if not the PowerPoint, one of those the course material, you look at, you can actually see a list of payment methods. But what was important is to explain. If you're saying I'm using e-check or e-cash, how exactly is the payment method being done? For example, I'm here in Chinoy, you are maybe in South Africa. If I want to make a payment, how is going that to be done? If it is an electronic transfer, how is it going to be done? So that's explanation, right? So we were supposed to pick only three. Then an explanation of those three was quite enough to answer or to get 9 marks. Then the other part, I was looking at describing online advertising, the online advertising methods and benefits. Then, which means this question was actually structured into three. Number one, you have to describe what is online advertising. What is that involved in online advertising? But basically, advertising, you're looking at making known your products to your intended customers. Not only intended, but to all your potential customers. Either be intended or unintended. But if that is a potential customer, then if that product is known to the product, then we call that electronic advertising. Where the methods of advertising, just like electronic payment methods, there are quite a number of them. We can talk of spamming, we can talk of emails, we can talk of social media adverts, we can talk of pop-ups, we can talk of a number of them. I'm sure a number of you got it well, and I'm sure you're going to exchange your assignments. So if you got it too, make sure you find somebody who's got a better mark and exchange the assignment so that you understand more on these methods. I'm not gonna take on this one. So describing on online advertising, that was 2 marks. Then explaining the methods. Either you're going to explain all the methods and explain the benefits of online advertising. So the methods, if you're going to give me maybe 4 or 5, 4, that are the maximum 8 plus 2, 10, then you get 2 benefits or 3 benefits, you have 12 marks. So in an exam situation, don't limit yourself. Just write what you know. If you give me 6, if you describe online advertising and you give me the benefits, I think that will be okay. And then the second part, describe ways to pay online in B2B and which ones do you prefer, then why do you prefer them? Not even a single guy did you have the gut to say you are just repeating the same part as part B in assignment number one. The advantage to you once you're going to repeat, and if you fail assignment one, obviously you're going to fail assignment two, but it was spread done for both assignment one and two, but it was good for you to mention that I know what is part B of assignment A is also part A of assignment two, so that I'm going to change the question. You never know, I don't even know also. So This one is just electronic payment method. Those are the various ways to pay online in B2C. Of course, not all payment methods apply in a B2C environment. So you're supposed to select what are the methods that are applied in a business to customer environment. That was the trick part of the question. So I was quite lenient, but just because I've already explained what exactly or how exactly you're supposed to answer the question, in some situation you are supposed to stick to online methods. If it is B2G, if it's B2C, be guided accordingly. Then which ones or one did you prefer? That was an open book. If you prefer one, then the reason why do you prefer it? Of course, you're going to take in terms of ease of access, in terms of security, in terms of knowing, can I say, in terms of certainty to say, if it's cash payment, once I got my cash, I'm 100% certain that the payment has been done. It's not different from an electronic transfer, waiting for a confirmation, whatever, whatever. So that was how you were supposed to attempt to that question. Then the B part, it was about explaining the importance of electronic data interchange in e-commerce. I'm sure everyone got it well in terms of standardized way of exchanging, minimized errors, reduction of paperwork, whatever. It was an easy question also. Then let me quickly go to part assignment number 3. It explain e-business security requirements. That was an easy question, of course, of which a number of you got it very, very, very wrong. And what was required here, the security requirements, security. We're still talking of business, computer security. We talk of authentication, we talk of reputation, we talk of what else? The CIA tried confidentiality, privacy, and of course there are other issues that are being raised now to add to the CIAT tried. Confidentiality, integrity, non-repudiation, privacy, whatever. Those were the expected answers, or what I was actually expecting from you. Then in terms of the ethical and legal issues of concerning in e-commerce, 15 marks. Right, a number of you failed to distribute between the legal and the ethical issues. The person wants 15 marks, which means you're going either 7 for ethical and 8 for legal issues. So most of you maybe you give me 1 or 2 ethical issues and a lot of legal issues. There are a number of ethical issues, there are a number of legal issues. Of course, I'm going to attach another document which states the security requirements, the legal, the ethical issues in e-commerce. But most of you got it right in terms of the ethics, yeah, privacy, spamming, whatever, sexism, whatever. Those are some of the ethical issues. You got it right. Then the legal issues, we talk of the in terms of privacy, we talk of intellectual properties, whatever. So that was what I was expecting. So in an exam situation, you find such a question relating to legal and ethical, and it is 15 on. Be guided by the number of marks. Then this one, 90% of you got it wrong. Explain what are e-auctions. Explain the types of e-auctions. Of course, that question was quite a bit trouble. But for an assignment, it was okay. But for an exam, it wasn't good, because what are e-auctions? Then in terms of mark allocation, but for an assignment, that was okay. What are e-auctions? 1 mark. Explain the types of e-auctions. What I was expecting is there are many types of e-auctions, but the basic types, what I was expecting is reverse and forward auctions. All those types of auctions which you're listing, they fall under either a reverse or a forward auction. So in the event that you ask 2 types of auctions, what I want is a reverse and a forward auction. So be guided accordingly also, and know that you can actually categorize all those types, the Dutch, the Japanese, the what types of those types of auctions. You can also categorize them into those two to say there is a Dutch auction and there is a reverse auction and there's a forward auction. So that was it for your assignments. I'll comment later. Let me just go quickly to something else. Right, let me go to your course outline, guys. This is our course outline. We looked at this. What is e-business? We looked at e-business versus e-commerce, the concept, features of e-business, the components, advantages, various effective benefits, and whatever. Right, I'm sure for this one, what you need to, these are quite issues, issues. What are the limitations, impact? I'm sure if you for exam, I'm sure you need to understand the 7 unique features of e-business. You remember we talk of ubiquitous. You remember we talk of ubiquitous, information rich, richness, global reach, interactivity, global standards, whatever. Those are the 7 unique features. You need to understand to know those, especially for exam preparation. And in terms of our business types, this one I'm sure we do exhaust it, business to business, and you understand the first B, it refers to the one who is what? I'm sure you answered. Then the business to the customer, it's a business that is offering service to the customer. You understand all these things. Then of particular importance for you, or of particular interest, is collaborative commerce and mobile commerce. How is collaborative commerce? Applications of mobile commerce in Zimbabwe, collaborative commerce in Zimbabwe. You must also dig deep into these ones. I'm sure. Yeah, it wasn't part of your assignment though, but you need to dig deep onto this one. Then the business models, when we look at them in detail, I think I don't need to repeat a lot on here, but if you face any challenges in terms of understanding all these business models, yeah, no problem. Like I said, if you require us to have another 1 hour, 2 hours, or 30 minutes online lecture, I'm prepared to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm just summarize and make you understand what exactly to expect in your exam. All right, then e-business mechanisms, right? This one is for you. I cannot finish the whole course outline. Otherwise, if it were not because of my voice, I was going to look at that. But electronic data change, you covered that in your assignment. E-advertising, you covered that in your assignment. The e-auctions, you also covered that in your assignment. Then I want you to go and look at e-customer relationship management. How can it be conducted online? How do you do your customer relationship management online? And also what is e-procurement and the types of e-procurement? What are the types of e-procurement that can be done online? You also need to look at that. And also of particular interest to you, some right, we talked of e-procurement, customer relationship management, and also mobile. Right, we do cover that, of course, mobile commerce. Right, so you look at that, but of particular importance, look at what is e-procurement, what are the type of e-procurement, and how can it be done online? What is what is e-customer relationship management? Then you also look at custody supply chain management. How can an organization manage the supply chain in an online environment? So you also go and look at that. But let me repeat on that one: e-procurement and its types, e-customer relationship management, mobile commerce, and also customer relationship management, or it's not supply chain management. Supply chain management, e-procurement, customer relationship management, mobile commerce. Just go and look at that. Understand how can it be related to Zimbabwe, especially mobile commerce. What are the examples that I'm sure we once discussed that in our class, and we do look at other examples. So you go and dig deep into that one. And wireless internet in the mobile business, e-commerce infrastructure. We looked at the infrastructure, what is required, whatever the data, the networks, whatever. But on this one, we are looking in e-commerce infrastructure. We looked at that. Then we are going also to be looking at B2B applications, building of course, that was supposed to be one of our practical, supposed to build an e-commerce website with all these features. Then the wireless payment standards, I think that one, you do not to look at that one, especially. It's okay, let's jump to this one. Of course, if you look at a number of issues here, they have been covered, especially we look at the infrastructure, we look to the wireless, but particularly we're looking at the CRM, wireless CRM, how are you going to do that? But it's baked again to those 4 concepts that I said you must dig deep into. Then on our last chapter, which is business environment, security, legal, and ethical issues in e-business. Right, I'm not going to talk of legal, ethical issues. You don't look at that. Of course, that was also outlined here. Then you talk of online privacy, defamation, obscenity, spam problems. We're talking; these are the part of the ethical issues. Issues of copyright, patent, and trademarks. These are part of, and also legal issues on e-commerce, on the internet, cyber crime, cyber bullying, whatever. You go and research more onto that one. Then one thing that we haven't covered enough on this one is introductions to cryptography and public keys, especially up to this end where we'll be looking at key agreement protocols, digitals and digital signatures. So what I want you to go and look at is number one, what is cryptography? I'm sure you know how to define what cryptography is all about. And also, you need also to look at the type of cryptography. We have public key cryptography and private key cryptography. What are the difference between these two? Of course, we talk in terms of the sender, the receiver, the number of keys, private and public keys, and how they are being shared. I'm sure you once covered that in one of the, or maybe in data communication, whatever. But I want you also to go and look into that. How can we apply cryptography in e-business so that we have proper communication, we have business transactions that are secured? So go and look at that. Public key, private key. What are its advantages and how can public key or private key be applied? And you can also look at how digital signatures can actually be applied in e-businesses. So particularly, basically, so not particularly, basically, this is or everything that we have covered. Some a number of issues have been covered in your assignments. We have also do our online classes. We covered a number of issues. So I will talk to your class rep, or you talk to your class rep if you need anything that show say no, Mr. Gatra. Let's look at this. I'm sure, I'm not sure, I'm very, very sure I'm available for you, be it over the weekend or any day next week. If you want us to have maybe one online class such that we can iron out all those issues, I think I'll be ready for you. So you look at whatever I have said to you. There is no need for me to add anything or to subtract anything. So all I can say for you guys is I wish you all the best. So just take this and be ready for the exam. Don't worry much. Take note of your assignments. Take note of all the PowerPoint that I've given you, including whatever I've said in this last lecture. I'm sure you'll be done for, or you'll be ready for your exam. All the best. I'll hear from you guys. Thank you and good day.